Imperial College, Leander. When I see that you are both straight and ready, I will start you like this. Attention, go. Get ready, please. Attention, go.
And we're away in the Town Challenge Cup. Leander Club and Imperial College London up against Leander Club. I'm Sarah Cook. I'm joined here in the commentary box by Mo Sabihi. Pretty good stuff for both crews, but a little bit of steering there for Leander in the buck station on the right side of our screen, Mo.
Yeah, a small bit of steering, which is not ideal in this high-speed part of the race. The development girls in the Leander Club boat, coached by Ross Hunter, will be looking to stay with this GB Worlds crew as long as possible during this race and really challenge them as they go down the course. So we can see a beautiful shot there of the Leander 4 driving off of the island, trying to settle into their rhythm.
So as you said at the beginning of the race, Mo, Helen Glover, of course, in the 3-seat of the Leander Club and Imperial College London crew, one of the greatest female rowers that this country has produced. If you're these 4 developing women from Leander, how do you feel lining up against the British women's 4 with someone like Helen in the 3-seat?
I mean, it's an honour to be able to race against her. So it's a nice challenge of these Leander Club athletes to go up against, and it's a real test of their development to see where they rank next to what is an incredibly strong crew. You can see Rowan there in the bow seat. She's doubling up today, so she's racing later on again in the Remnant Challenge 8s, in the women's 8s, and she will be looking to have this race sewn up as easy and as quickly as possible to rest those legs.
Yeah, we got a great shot there of the Leander Club crew, very much a developing crew. Daisy Bellamy, Amelia Standing, Juliet Perry and Florence Donald in the stroke C. Daisy Bellamy, 4 previous appearances at Henley Regatta. So we panned now to this very strong for Leander Club and Imperial College London, the British women's 4, coached by Andrew Randell, chief coach of the British women's team. Australian?
Yeah, I was about to say, we did pluck him from the Australian shores. He's done a remarkable job at transforming the women's team. Last year they had an incredible amount of success across sculling and sweep boats, and they look to push that development on with the women's 8 this year, and obviously this 4. There's been a few changes in this lineup, I know, through some athletes are swapping of seats, swapping of the nature, just trying to find the right balance, the right rhythm. But in this race here, they look incredibly strong. Although there's a small bit of steering there as we probably get into the more open part of the course. So you can see it's a lovely day today down the riverbank, but for the rowers, there will be a little bit of challenge with the small crosshead.
So we ride here with the leading crew, Leander Club and Imperial College London, Rowan McKellar, Heidi Long, Helen Glover and Rebecca Shorten in the stroke seat. Huge amount of experience internationally and of course in this event. Heidi Long, 7 previous appearances at Henley Royal Regatta. So these women know this course well. It is tough. You can see the gusts on the water there. We're getting blown around here in the commentary box. Our paper's going everywhere. But really tricky conditions through this open section of the course, as we were speaking about in the previous race.
But they've managed these conditions really well, these senior athletes in the GB rowing team setup. As you can see there, the Imperial colours on Rebecca Shorten, stroke seat. She's multiple trials winner for GB pairs, so she's incredibly well experienced at leading a boat. Of course, her and Rowan, bow and stroke, were 4th place at the Olympic Games alongside Helen, who was also 4th place in the pair in Tokyo, which is a very challenging regatta for the GB rowing team. But for the younger athletes especially, for Rebecca and for Rowan, they would have taken that experience on and tried to motivate themselves. And you can see that motivation coming through here. They want to be dominant. They want to win this event. They're not resting up yet, even though they have such a commanding lead against this Leander crew.
We can see the leading crew coming across into the middle now, just struggling with their steering. They are well clear of Leander Club, but they may get warned to go back onto their station. Here we ride with this developing crew from Leander. Was always going to be a big ask to come and step up against the British Women's 4. But yesterday they beat Stanford University. And that Stanford crew was incredibly strong, full of internationals. I was really looking forward to seeing that race, and Leander were absolutely dominant, shut that race down in a really, really tight race. And you definitely take that then into the next day, the fatigue that builds up day on day. And they had a really tough race and such a brave race to take out Stanford to make it through to the final today.
Yeah, that's right, and they would have been very buoyed up from that race as well, and they would have had great optimism with today. But the Leander and Imperial College GB women's crew, they've had a relatively comfortable journey on the way in. Their training program is incredibly hard. Andrew drives them with multiple pieces, with multiple elements that challenges their physiology, so they will be really adapted well to being able to race on multiple days. You can see that it is a challenge today, especially for that crew on the right hand side of your screen right now. The wind will be pushing them over, so you can see that red flag in the distance there. It's pushing them over into the booms, so whoever is steering this boat will be very conscious of this, and they will maybe drift. As you can see, they're making adjustments there on the bow. They're just drifting back over into the middle. It's not done on purpose in terms of trying to encroach on the other crew. It's done so that they can stay straight on the course.
Wow, and you've got a really great shot there when we were looking straight on at the bow, how much that gust really hit the crew. Their balance was taken off, and they're really punchy gusts that are coming through at this stage now. This breeze is building and perhaps even starting to swing to a bit of a tailwind now, Mo.
Yeah, it looks like it from our position. The flags are doing almost a 360 dance around us, but definitely through parts of the course it's more of a crosswind, which makes it much more challenging for the steers women in this crew. But this Leander and Imperial College boat is full of such experience and great strength, and this will be one of their steps along the way to a very important year if you're in the GB rowing team. It's all about qualification, becoming world champions once more, and defending their place in the rankings of the world rowing setup.
Got a shot there across the bow of the leading boat, Leander Club and Imperial College London. Ron McKellar in the bow seat there.
She'll be enjoying this right now. She'll be able to take her foot off of the gas a little bit and rest those legs up for her race later on this afternoon. It's not unheard of for athletes to double up. I don't know whether that was always the plan for this week, but they've been incredibly dominant. They did their race, and they've now settled on to what probably looks like, for those at home, still quite a hard effort, but it's definitely a much more measured control as they come through stewards and they take on the applause. But this Leander boat is challenging and pushing all the way to the line. They've done themselves proud this week, and they've come up against an incredibly strong crew. As we can see, the Leander and Imperial Club take the win, earn their red boxes, and as I said, Rowan will move on to her next race, whilst the other three will go and celebrate. Helen, no doubt, will have her kids here, and hopefully she can share the joy and moment with them too.
As Leander Club comes across the line, a great week this young crew has had, but coming up against the strength of this British Women's 4 was always going to be a very tough ask. So confirmation in the Town Challenge Cup, Leander Club and Imperial College London defeating Leander Club.
The Leander Club athletes should be incredibly proud. As you can see here, the boat containing Rebecca Shorten, Helen Glover, Heidi Long and Rowan McKellar rowing off to the boat tents to go and get ready for either their red box presentation, which happens later on in the afternoon, and as I said, for Rowan, she'll be rowing again later on, so she'll do a little bit of recovery, rest those legs up, probably get a leg massage off with the physio, and get ready for a really tough race this afternoon in the Remnant Challenge Cup.